The buying of the tab felt like just this is an obvious move.
Oh, yeah.
This is what should happen. Thought somebody else was going to do it. That obviously turns into me being a sexist, racist, everything like that, which is
so absurd.
Really cool. It's really cool that that happens by a small amount of people that we cannot let.
They're having a bit of a melter.
Yeah, a lot. Basically every day of their life, seemingly looking for melters to have.
A bit of a melter, yeah.
But we would like to let them know that you will never outweigh the happiness and the unity that sports bring. So you can all eat shit.
At a network filled with mythical racism, at a network that has been plagued by the disease of diversity, at a network filled with so-called stars who dream of playing the role of the ultimate victim, Pat McAfee is a breath of fresh air. I'll admit, I did not think Pat McAfee would work out long-term at the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN. And it's not because Pat McAfee's not talented. It's not because Pat McAfee doesn't have the ability to draw an audience. That's why Bomani Jones, Sarah Spain, and the litany of other huge embarrassing failures, that's why they were eventually fired by ESPN. The reason I thought Pat McAfee wouldn't work out long-term at the network, it's because he doesn't fit the culture at ESPN. Pat McAfee is a normal dude who loves sports. His show features mostly a bunch of white dudes who display symptoms of toxic masculinity. And at a network that is dedicated to diversity, that is no bueno. When he initially signed with ESPN, there were a lot of people that were worried that Pat McAfee was going to conform, but instead, the complete opposite has happened. This dude is not afraid to speak his mind. Pat McAfee is not afraid to call out his bosses. And he is damn sure not afraid to express his love and his appreciation for America. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. As you just heard, Pat McAfee is once again being accused of violating the woke commandments. His latest violation was filed because Pat McAfee had the audacity to pay a $150,000 tab for the young men on Team USA as they were celebrating their gold medal at the Olympics in Miami. This is outrageous! How dare he spend that money on a group of young white men? Those boys are already privileged. That money could have been spent feeding innocent Somalians in the Islamic Republic of Minnesota. Those innocent Somalians have already taken enough of our money. If we're gonna spend money on Somalians, we should be spending that money on one-way tickets back to Somalia. In the first complimentary ticket, it should be given to Omar Eland and her brother husband. You know, this week has been another example of how out of touch the mainstream media is with normal people. It's damn sure been another example of how out of touch doofus Democrats are with normal people. If you were to believe the mainstream media, these misogynists on Team USA have been infected with toxic masculinity. It's so sad. We should book them an appointment immediately with social worker Shanice. Shanice is brilliant at convincing young men that they're really beautiful young women. Just look at the work she did with Rachel Levine. According to the media, most of the country is outraged. Americans hate being American. Americans are pissed off because the women from Team USA were invited to the White House. Americans are even more pissed off because the young men on Team USA were honored at the State of the Union. But reality is far different than the fantasy the media is presenting. Check out these responses that players from Team USA received from Americans this week. In one of these clips, Jack Hughes is playing on the road in Pittsburgh. This is the response that Jack Hughes received from a crowd on the road. Watch for yourself. You know what's so great about this? The first week of the Olympics, America was being humiliated again. America was being represented by athletes who were ashamed to be American. Eileen Gu was being praised by the media for ditching America to represent China. We had figure skaters wanting to fly the rainbow flag instead of the American flag. We had Captain Doofus, I can't even remember his name, the dork from Minnesota who was ashamed to represent America because of ice. During the first week of the Olympics, it looked like America was once again going to be humiliated on a global stage by our own athletes. But then, these young men from Team USA stepped up. Not only did they win the gold medal, they beat Canada to win the gold medal. Over 20 million people woke up at 7, 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning to support a group of young men who proudly represented their country. Team USA, they didn't just win a gold medal. Team USA saved America at the Olympics by overshadowing athletes who are ashamed to be here. Those athletes who are looking to monetize their hatred, those athletes who are looking to become famous by trashing America, they have been completely overshadowed and forgotten by young men who are actually proud to be American. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.